What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house and a new year. I hope you're having a good one. Let's go ahead and get into it, starting with staples really going up across the board. We've been covering so many high-end staples going, but lower end also creeping up. Every single call by the grave is $1 at this point, but the quarter century secret rare especially is spiking in pretty much full buyout mode. So few listers, there's only one page, and they're starting to be $50 plus. We can see sales in that range as well. Solemn Strike, we've already discussed, it's gone into double down buyout mode. We can see sales even all the way up to $30, although there's listings that are relatively cheaper, but then it spikes very quickly from there, and it's just chaotic on this page. And then Effect Veiler is going especially for the quarter century secret rare at this point. That seems to be the focus of a lot of people getting matching cards for their deck. Now you could argue that the Starlight is higher, of course, even though they look similar, and the ultimate rare is thriving while the Starlight still goes down in price and doesn't really have a ton of sales. I noticed these went for unlims from 120s to 130 lowest, and have been selling for up to that point. Even light plays going for some of them in that range. So be aware, staples are a huge focus, especially at the top in the rarity, but other versions are consistently going up. Like, people begged for a secret Veiler for ages, right? Well, that doesn't stop people from going back in on this format dependent hand trap at this moment, and it is back to $10 when you could have grabbed them for around $7. I want to bring up this specific discussion Distant Coders going over with the Mulcharmies. Now we know Fulos is going to be reprinted, and a lot of people are expecting Perulia to also go. I think I said that right. It's been a while since I had to say that out loud. But with the speculation, this has come crashing down, and this is slowing down. And I think that with that, people who want to put their money for the whole season and not have to pick up other versions are going with the quarter century secret rare versions, because those cannot be reprinted as stated by Konami unless there's a sudden alternate art. They even released the newest one as an ultra rare. They got announced ultra. I'm actually kind of losing it with other people on that oh, now this last needed one, let's go ahead and not rarity bump that so much. Look, Konami over here, we're with the times. Problems will just recycle, won't they? That being said, Coder was discussing how his engine's 200, and I believe these are Canadian prices because it spikes his deck to 800, and these are around 650 Canadian for 2 play sets still. However, Perulia has really just spiked down in price despite being the one not named for a reprint, and I can imagine shenanigans happening there and it being saved for another product. But Fulos here is really just stabilizing right at that triple digit mark, around 100. Most of them are 98. I think that, yeah, people are going to need to toe that line because I need to play YCSs, I need to play events, and we discussed that would help keep this card. Remember, Link Karibo made it to a WCQ, which is a bit different than just a YCS, and it was still a $40 to $30 ultra rare that weekend, where it would fall down to $4 right after its reprint. I think that Mulcharmies are a different beast. They're pieces of Maxine. While you don't need them to play, you want access to them when playing, and people are gonna continue as long as there's big events announced to go for these, unless they're skipping out on those said events. Live Twin Kill Frost is going in price. It was nothing but down for the Starlight, and now it's bumped back up. Only one listing under triple digits before it's 125 plus. EMP Meow Mine also mixing with the Sprite ideas and those. It is spiking right now for its only access version and is towards $5+ at this point. The White Forest quarter century secret rares are going, as we have new support in the set that we already knew was coming, but people reactionarily buy their cards and get ready last minute. What else is new? So both of these have been going up in price and down in quantity for their quarter century secret rares. Now almost back towards $90 for LZ. And we see Bestial Lubellion, as people think about Dragon Link more and more these days, get a sale above $300 at $320, and the next lowest listing's $350 before $380. Now, they do have a whole play set here, but yeah, that's just wild to me. Above $300 for the quarter century secret? Yeah, people are paying it. Sky Striker, a Shizuku Alter Art, is spiking for its quarter century secret rare, as many Striker cards are right now. You can see the lowest is just around 30, and then it goes to 40 after less than a playset. So I think with this, what's super interesting to me is how the ultimate rares that used to be the standard are left behind. More and more it feels like people are rejecting OTS ultis as highest rarity, but then it comes back into the conversation with staples, yet here this has done nothing but fall back down, and you can get them under the graph price at $48 because of the competition from its own quarter century secret and its alter art, and people seem to be going all alter art out when it comes to strikers. So this is just extremely interesting to watch, because I would have thought people would have gone back to ultimate rares being the standard. Even the OCG used to buy out our ultis for these, and yet here it is, quarter century secret rare, really maintaining a king spot on the board. We see Soul Servants getting buyouts. Now remember, there are Dark Magician support rumors, aka speculation, because Blue Eyes got support. Dark Magician has to get it, and will be here again, and it's only a matter of time if we're wrong about the time. People are having all sorts of discussions over this, but one thing is for sure, this card is hecka popular in Master Duel, and I don't blame people for grabbing it. Both the Platinum Secret is on buyout mode at 15 copies left, and the quarter century secret rare is going up in price around $22, and it's a good looking card, let's admit it. Guardian Slime from Rage of Ra has no reprints. I see this in a lot of casual decks, and it is back up towards $18. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, I just pulled a royal rare of this in Master Duel. It is getting bought out. I know this gets played in cash. Let me know if it's in anything else currently right now, and of course, good old time rules, this card's gonna love it, but it is really going up somewhat fast over the last 3 months, and that's almost a double up. Finally, Monster Reborn Lart got reprinted. It does have a different set code than EEAN001 that kicked it all off, but people are still selling these into the ground and dumping them off $13 here. And I don't know that there's a slot for the new one yet, so hopefully they pay attention to the set code. There's also the Kaiba briefcase that has this. So now we have 3 different printings of this art. The Kaiba briefcase being the rarest. It's not immediately dropping or anything like that. I feel like Lart is just cannibalizing itself. They already did the Dark Magician Girl, but at least it had a different border. Now they go for the original in line, and it feels like they're just trying to play to the popularity, but then ruining the popularity to some degree. I'm a fan of people having extra chances to get cards, but you also want to make things in a line actually collectible and not just try to cash in back on it when it does this. Otherwise you collapse the whole line, and I think a lot of people are going to start, just pushing off their collections of Larts after seeing this price crash, after Dark Magician Girl's price crash, and I don't think that it really stabilizes in any way. Like, I don't see a bounce back for a very long time, at least. But let me know what you think about the Lart line. I think it's good for stores in general, and it's free, but it's an incentive to spend money, and I think it's going to end up hurting a lot of this line, but it's also easy to make it disappear once or twice. There's just so many of them, though. Thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversations. And what do you think of all these high-end staples, but also, you have the lower end too crashed out for so long thanks to Rarity Collection? I think this is how you balance it. This looks amazing and great from my perspective of, look at that high rarity version, people are buying in. Look at that low rarity version, it's still worth a little something something, but not too much to gatekeep the game. I think they found a real sweet spot, and I look forward to how they actually balance something like Bonanza, like Stampede, like Rarity Collection in general, after quarter century secret rares are gone, will they only run it during promotions? Or will they find some Starlight Grotto? Hey, shout out to the sponsor.